That's
you
fine.
come back.
No, you can have the strap for now. I just need to.
Yeah, it's, oh yeah, you're right. I'm so out of it.
Everybody facing forward. Everybody ready to sing?
Wait, hands behind your back.
Two sides. It's like it's over here.
Wait, you're in choir? You're in choir? Abraham, are you in choir? Are you in
What? He wants to sing. He's ready. Next year, right? Okay. Was your first grade this year? Second. Ah. Well, talk about it.
So I'm going to teach, be helpful if this was on. I'm going to teach something, whoa, that was way louder than I anticipated. Okay. Teach something when we are appreciative of people who do something in the community, that rather than clapping, we can do kind of a silent applause, a way of praising and uplifting all of us. And thank you so much to our awesome youth choir for starting off this service so beautifully, because we are so grateful that we're alive, and we're so grateful at the start of this new year full of creation and full of possibilities. We're going to be looking in our books, and you might notice that there are two sides to this book, a little bit confusing. We're going on the service for older children. And so if we turn inside to page 5. Today is called Yom HaZikaron, the day to remember. It's not hard. All of us have had moments like this before. We throw the ball and wait to see where it lands. We take a test and the teacher hands it back with a grade on it. We say something and wait for the reply. These are tense moments, moments when we find out how well or poorly we are doing. Rosh Hashanah is that moment when God lets us know how we are doing and gives us 10 days to change our ways. And so we take a few moments thinking about why we are here today. We think about and remember, and we try to be honest with ourselves and with God about what has happened in the past year. We're here to pray, and we're here to talk with you, God. And it's also a time for God to give us another chance. In the next 10 days, the Yamim Noraim, we can change the play, the test results, and the reply. God is gracious in giving us this chance. So I want everyone to kind of put their thinking caps on and take this moment to think about some things that you might have done in this past year that maybe they weren't the best things that you could have done. Maybe you made some mistakes. And to also think about some of the awesome things that you did, moments when you made someone really happy, and how maybe we could do a lot more of that second and a little bit less of that first. We're going to look on page 6 for Psalm 150.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kolam shamate hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kolam shamate hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
As we turn to page 8, we get ready. We get ourselves ready to pray with the words of the Baruch Hu, saying, God, we're ready to pray. And so in order to do that, we need to use our bodies and get our bodies good to go. And so I invite everyone who's able, please stand up.
Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach
On the bottom of the page, we take time during our day to say blessing for creation. And on this day, the creation of the world, we certainly do that. God, you made the sun and the seasons. Thank you, God, for giving us sight and light to see this beautiful world. Baruch atah Adonai Yotzer HaMaorot. And God, you gave us light from the sun and light for our lives from the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Habocher Ba'amo Yisrael B'Ahava. Blessed are you, Adonai, who loves the Jewish people.
We close our eyes and we look for that peace of God that lives inside each one of us. And we say so loudly on these high holy days that we know that there is only one God and that we are one with God and that we're all in this together. By repeating after me, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Now you try. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem. Baruch Kevod Malchuto Kevod Malchut Leolam Vaed. Leolam Vaed.
We can all sit down.
Oops. So repeat after words which talk about loving God. Everyone say, Ve'ahavta
Ve'ahavta
et
et
Adonai Elohecha
Adonai Elohecha
bechol levavcha
bechol levavcha
uvchol nafshecha
uvchol nafshecha
uvchol meodecha uvchol meodecha. Love Adonai your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your soul, and with all your might, and with all your might. And these words which I command you on this day shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart, shall be in your heart. Teach them faithfully. Teach them faithfully to your children, to your children. Speak of them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, when you lie, and when you rise, and when you rise. Bind them for a sign upon your hand. Bind them for a sign upon your hand, that they may be a symbol, that they may be a symbol between your eyes, between your eyes. Write them on the doorposts, write them on the doorposts of your house, and upon your gates, and upon your gates. Try it again even louder. And upon your gates. Teach them faithfully. Teach them faithfully to your children, to your children. Speak of them when you sit in when you walk by the way, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, and when you rise.
ever seen something in this world that they thought was just spectacularly beautiful? Anyone ever see something? So what have you seen? What have you seen?
I saw a sea lion.
A sea lion. That is something that is spectacularly beautiful. What else have we seen? Yes. A double rainbow. That is pretty cool. Yeah. I see a hand around over there. Yes, maybe? No? Not so much? Anyone else? Yeah. The Northern Lights. Beautiful, beautiful examples. Do you have something now?
Yeah, the Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon, place I would love to go one day, yes. Snow. Awesome. Exactly, yeah. Las Vegas. Okay, so we have all different types of creation that we are celebrating, for sure. Yes?
All right.
Rainbow and a pet fish. Wonderful. So, one more hand over here. Yeah, Noah. So we are celebrating so many types of miracles, right? And we can think of a whole lot more. I know because I hear everyone's minds working out loud. But this prayer, the Micha Mocha that we turn to, is a prayer where we say, who is like you, O God? Who is like you working wonders, working so miraculously?
מי כמוך אביי אדוני, מי כמוך נגע הקודש, נורא תהילו עושה פלא, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
We're going to take some time now to offer our prayers in the Amidah, this whole section of prayer that we have that starts with a prayer saying, God, open my mouth so that I can pray to you. And the early prayers in it, the Avot V'Imahot, are basically us introducing ourselves to God. Saying, God, I haven't been on this earth all that long, but you know, you might know my parents and my grandparents and my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, Abraham and Isaac and Jacob and Sarah, Rebecca and Leah. And so I'm reintroducing myself to you on this day of remembrance as I stand before you. And I'm offering prayers grateful for your greatness and for all the holiness in our world. And so let's turn to these prayers starting on page 12. And I'll invite everyone to rise once more as we offer them.
Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Adonai Sfatai Tiftach, Ufi Yagid Tehilatecha, Ufi Yagid Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ואלוהי לאה, האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, וכותבנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים החיים. מלך עוזר מושיע מגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה.
You may be seated. On the bottom of page 14. Today, God, the way we feel about you is related to how we feel about our deeds, about the way we've acted. If we are proud of our actions, we are glad to meet you in this moment of judgment. And if we're ashamed of our deeds, if we're afraid to meet you at this moment of judgment, be proud, but proud or ashamed, we turn only to you. It is to you we look for guidance. Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Melo Kol Haaretz, Kivodo.
Rabbi, I have a friend who loves those words. Do any of you know my friend? He likes them. You know why? Because there's how many of them? 3 of them. Who's my friend? The Count. Let's see if he's around. Oh, I love these words. They are my favorite words in the world because I can count them every time. So, if you want to count with me, then stand on your feet for a minute. 1 minute. The little ones, big ones, you can stay sitting, it's okay because I know your knees, they're like mine. So, if you are a little one, we are going to count. And when we count each kadosh, we want to get closer to where? The light bulbs? No. Closer to where? To God. Because when we are kadosh, when we are holy, we are like God. Exactly. So we are going to count. And when we count, because I am the counter, I get excited, I go up on my tippy tappy toes. And you can go up with me as we count. Ready? So we count together. We go 1 kadosh, 2 kadosh, 3 kadosh. Now repeat after me. Adonai Tzevaot.
Adonai Tzevaot.
Melo Kol Haaretz. Kevodo. That was wonderful. Now you can sit down.
So we take a couple of moments in the middle of our service in order to just think, to reflect, because this is a season that's all of reflecting. Even Kat wants us to do that.
That's true.
So everyone just take a few minutes to think about what it is that you want to make sure that you do in this next year to make this next year so much better than the past year. And then we'll join together in singing a song, asking God to uplift our words.
So many good things to think about.
Does anyone have anything they want to share? Things that you want to make sure you do in this next year?
What do you want to do in this next year, or maybe do better in this next year than maybe you did it ever before? Zoe? Get along
That's
with
a
your
good
sister.
one.
That's a good one. That's a really good one. Your parents will very much appreciate it. Yeah. To get better grades. That's a good one, Rabbi. That's
It
a really
is.
good
It's a
one.
great one.
Oh, Rabbi, I think there's one on your side. Maybe.
Max. Do good in school.
Good in
Great.
school.
Yeah. Be a
Oh.
good person. There's a lot involved in that, right? That's great.
That's cool. Anyone else? And so we ask God that the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts, the things that we think about and feel, that they should be acceptable to God. Right? So we say, Yiyu leratzon imrei fi ve'yon libi lefanecha Yiyu leratzon imrei fi ve'yon libi lefanecha Adonai tzuri Adonai Adonai tzuri begoali Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri Adonai tzuri begoali Yiyu leratzon imrefi beyon libi lefanecha Yiyu leratzon imrefi ve'yon libi lefanecha. He's dancing along. He's loving it. He's praying with his feet, Rabbi. Praying with his feet,
Awesome.
dancing.
And all of us now get to get on our feet because we're turning to the Avinu Malkeinu on page 18. And we're going to stand before this open ark. I got it. Okay. Stand before this open ark where we say to God, you know, we've made some mistakes. We're going to do better.
Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Tienanu Nasi Aseimanu Tzedaka v'chesed Aseimanu tzedaka v'chesed Be'oshienu Aseimanu tzedaka v'chesed Aseimanu tzedaka v'chesed Be'oshienu Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Avinu Malkeinu Choneinu Vaneinu Tienanu Nasi.
Let's read together the English of those words. Avinu Malkeinu, we have sinned before you. Avinu Malkeinu, bring us a good year. Avinu Malkeinu, forgive all our sins. Avinu Malkeinu, Write us down in the book of good life. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice and have mercy on us. Avinu Malkeinu, be kind to us and answer us, even though we have not done enough good deeds. Be charitable and loving to us and save us. There is one Torah. It has no beginning nor end. We read it over and over again. It is what gives us strength.
על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד.
O house of Jacob, come let us walk together, and God's light will shine.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Benora Shemo. לך אדוני הגדולה והגבורה והתפארת והנצח וההוד, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני הממלכה והעמיד נעשה לכל ראש. ישראל, ישראל, ואורייתא חד הוא. ישראל, ישראל, ואורייתא חד הוא. תורה, 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 הללויה. Torah, Torah, hallelujah, hallelujah, Torah, Torah, hallelujah, Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Yisrael, Yisrael, ve'oraita chad hu. Yisrael, Yisrael, ve'oraita chad hu. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, ora, Torah, ora, Torah, tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, ora, Torah, ora, Torah, tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. It's like Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, ora, Torah, ora, Torah, tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, ora, Torah, ora, Torah, tziva lanu Moshe.
So you can be seated, but on Rosh Hashanah, this morning we read a little bit of Torah, and yeah, you're agreeing? Thank you for the affirmation. I love that. And you know, we're going to read a little bit of Torah right now from a different Torah scroll because it was a little too heavy for Cantor and I to be holding right now. So it's over here, all ready to go. And the portion that we're going to be reading is a portion about, what is Rosh Hashanah again? What is it? Okay. We do eat apples and honey for a new year. It's a what? The head of the new year. So that probably means it has something to do with creation, right? Yeah, maybe? Awesome, exactly. So we're going to be reading from the very beginning of the Torah, just as we will in a few weeks when we celebrate Simchat Torah, just as we will when we reach the Torah portion Bereshit. But we're going to be reading from the very first day of creation.
It's a long time ago.
It is, a long time ago,
yeah,
about 5,780 years,
That's
give or take.
it's more than I can count.
So,
Who's counting exactly?
do you want to do the Aliyah? Sure. Okay, so because cantors don't always get a chance to do Aliyot, the cantor's going to have a chance to do the Aliyah, and I will read just a little bit of Torah.
So cool. I love that yad. Baruchu et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu et Torato. Baruch Ata Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Breshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'haaretz hayta tohu ve'choshech al pnei tehom ve'ruach Elohim merchafet al pnei hamayim vayomer Elohim yehi or vayhi or vayar Elohim et ha'or ki tov v'yivdel Elohim bein ha'or u'bein ha'choshech vayikra Elohim le'or yom u'lechoshech hara layla vayhi erev vayhi voker yom echad. So that is the first day of creation where God, out of the chaos of the universe, separated the vast expanse. It says, in the beginning God created heaven and earth. Now the earth was unformed and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God hovered over the face of the waters, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good, and God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light nighttime, day, and the darkness God called night. And there was evening and there was morning, the first day.
Sounds like a lot to do in one day.
It is.
Baruch Ata Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה.
Thank you. Leave this Torah right here for now. And since we are on the subject of creation, perhaps we want to talk about some other kinds of creation that go on. And what are some of the things that God created? We have light and we have darkness. What else did God create in the story? People, okay, people, that's a little bit later. That's on the 6th day. Animals of all kind. Awesome. What else? Max, you said a little while ago, oh no, it wasn't Max, was it? What this holiday was, right? And we talked about something else that God created. Apples, right? What did you want to say? Plants, yeah, plants, and that's where we get these apples from. Yes, there's something you want to say? The ocean, yeah, God created all of these things. But the story that we're going to tell right now is a story. Do you guys want to say 2 more things? Go ahead. Apples, awesome. Aaliyah? Sun, great. You want to say one last one? Sand, great. Wonderful things that we're celebrating that God created. But right now we're going to focus on this little guy that we get to eat and enjoy. And we're going to tell a story about this apple. Anyone remember what apple in Hebrew is? I know those of us in Torah school have learned this. What is apple in Hebrew? Tapuach. Awesome. So we're going to tell a story about a tapuach. And do we have our players in the script?
We do. I need Aunt Fern and Uncle Oak to come forward. And of course, no Jewish story is complete without God. Here, you can come be God over here.
I appreciate that so much.
Anytime. Yeah.
So we have a very talented cast up here
You guys are
today.
going to be over here with me?
Our cantor will be playing the little tree. Once upon a time, when the earth was covered with forest, there was a corner of the world thick with trees of all shapes and sizes, including Aunt Fern and Uncle Oak.
Oh, wait.
There were many generations of big trees like us, stretching high to the heavens. Some of us are thousands of years old.
We stretch up high into the heavens and spread out from mountain to mountain.
There were also young trees, budding and growing each day. One such tree was a very sweet little apple tree, who was born one morning surrounded by adoring family who smiled down on her and waved their branches over her head.
I'm a little tree. I was born one morning surrounded by an adoring family who smiled upon me and waved their branches over my head.
The little apple tree grew and grew every day. She learned many stories and secrets of the forest and sang with her grandmothers and grandfathers every night when the sky became a dark, dark blue.
There was one night when I realized I had grown tall enough to see past the branches. Wait. You know what happens when you get older? Your trunk and roots get stiffer. Okay? It's true. I grew tall enough to see past the branches of Aunt Fern. I see you, Aunt Fern. And all the way up to the branches of Uncle Oak. Hi, Uncle Oak. And I saw the most amazing thing. The night sky. Whoa. Full of stars and planets and comets and the moon. It seemed like there were stars just dangling off of the uncle's branches. There were stars dangling off all of those branches up there. It was amazing.
Stars, beautiful, shining, sparkling, dazzling bright stars. Oh, they were so special. And right away, the little apple tree knew that she just had to have stars dangling off her branches too. She looked up, took a deep breath, and spoke to God.
God, I would like to have stars dangling off of my branches. I see that the bigger and taller trees have beautiful stars hanging off their branches, and I want some just like that, please.
Little apple tree, it's me, God.
You sound a lot younger than I expected.
Are you questioning my superiority? Just be patient. You'll see your stars one day.
Time moved forward and days grew shorter. It was winter and the trees shuddered together to stay warm during the day. At night, when the sky turned dark blue, the little apple tree would look up to her tall grandparents, and what did she see? She saw those beautiful stars dangling off their branches. They shone brightly and warmly against the dark winter night.
Please, God! Please, I really want to have stars like that hanging off of my branches. Can I please have them? Please, pretty please.
Little apple tree, as I said before, be patient. You'll see your stars one day.
Not long after, colorful flowers started popping up all through the winter snow. The forest began to yawn and stretch, waking up from a long winter's rest. Many trees playfully sprouted little green leaves, while others shook off their heavy winter coats and spread their branches wide. Red and pink and blue and purple and orange flowers appeared everywhere. The air was thick with a wonderful scent. People walked through the grounds and oohed and awed over the magnificent sights and sounds and smells. But they always stopped in the same place, right next to the little apple tree. She had the sweetest smelling flowers in the whole forest. Children and grown-ups alike would rest under her branches and breathe in the heavy scent of apple blossoms. "Thank you," they always said to the little apple tree. And this made her very happy, and she loved to have so many new friends. But at night, when the sun went down and the dark blue sky appeared over her head, she saw nothing but the stars dangling off of her family's branches. She sighed with sadness and asked each night,
God, why can't I have stars on my branches? Please. Please give me stars on my branches.
Be patient. You'll see your very own stars someday.
Spring passed as seasons do, and days grew longer and warmer. The flowers blossomed until finally the sun shone so brightly they could barely keep their heads up. It was summertime, and the thirsty trees drank up every drop of rain, and each one grew bigger and stronger in the sunshine. People passed under the forest and oohed and awed at the wonderful sights and sounds and smells, but they always stopped at the same place, right next to the little apple tree. Her branches were so thick with flowers and leaves that she provided the most shade in the whole forest. "Thank you," they said to the little apple tree. "What a relief to find the shade." This made the little apple tree very happy indeed, but every night when she looked up at the dark, dark blue sky, guess what she saw? She saw those stars dangling off the branches, and she sang out,
Dear God, please, can I have some stars on my branches? They all have stars upon theirs. I will take very good care of them. I just want stars so much, please. Please, can I have some stars? Pretty, please.
Be patient. You'll see your stars soon.
What you talking about, God?
I'm talking about you'll see it in time.
Okay, fine.
The long summer days seemed like they would stretch on forever and ever and ever. When finally new colors arrived in the forest, dark greens and oranges and reds and browns, and people passed through, they heard the lively crunch of dried leaves beneath their feet. This was a tree, on the East Coast, clearly. It was fall, and the little apple tree began to grow and grow in a whole new way. She was growing apples. Big, red, beautiful apples that were heavy with juice and sweetness. People oohed and awed at the delicious smells and sights and sounds in the forest, but they always stopped in the same place, right next to the little apple tree. They reached up and plucked off a big apple from her branches, and the juice rolled down their chins with each bite. "Thank you," they always said to the little apple tree. This made the little apple tree very happy and proud of her apples. But every night when she looked up into the dark blue sky, she saw those stars and she just couldn't help it. Poor little apple tree.
I'm so sad. The stars are there. I want stars.
She started to cry and cry and cry one night when suddenly, out of nowhere, a strong wind blew. It flew so hard that all of the trees swayed and shook and blew one of the apples just off the tree. And it fell to the ground. It fell to the ground. It's okay. Just don't eat it because it's on the floor. It fell to the ground, and you know what happened?
What?
The little apple, it fell and it cracked. And you know what was inside? But a star was right there inside the apple all along.
Wow!
Pretty cool, right? We can pass out these. You can see that cool star.
Look at that! Look at that! I had stars inside of me all along! So exciting! Those are so cool. Wait till it gets to you. You'll see how cool it is. It's the coolest. You can't crack it open. It's not an egg. It's a good try, though.
The forest trees smiled down at her. She knew that every one of them had stars. She knew that every one of her apples had stars inside them too. And God looked down and winked. Give us your best wink, God.
Good job, God.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone who participated. No, we have some great acting here. But you know what else? Thank you so much. You know what else? All of us here in this room, we have little stars inside of us too. Because everyone who is here, there's a saying that the day that you were born is the day that God decided the world couldn't be without you. That every single person here has something that is so special and that is so meaningful inside, and it is my prayer and my wish that in 5780 we recognize just how special each of us are, and we live up to that.
Came here unsung.
Yeah.
That's great.
So I don't know, Cantor, you want to do some shofar?
I think it's time. Shofar, show good. I've been thinking about it for days. I just don't even know. It's like it's attached to my head or something. I don't even know. Shofar, where? Over where? Where? On my head. Let me look. No? Don't see there. You see it? Oh, wait. Holy smokes. I think I see it too. You too? You'll get more sure on your feet, I promise. It'll happen. So we have to bless this before we can blow it,
We
right,
most
Rabbi?
certainly do.
So I want all of you to help me bless the shofar blowing, because you know something? We actually don't bless the blowing of shofar. Did you know that? We bless something else that we have to do with shofar. Because If we were blessing the blowing of shofar, then every single person in this room would have to do it. But instead, we say, Lishmoa kol shofar. The blessing is for what? Hearing the voice or the sound of the shofar. So repeat after me. Baruch. Atah. Adonai. Eloheinu melech haolam.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Asher kidshanu.
Asher kidshanu.
Bemitzvotav.
B'mitzvotav.
Vetzivanu.
Vetzivanu.
Lishmoa kol shofar.
Lishmoa kol shofar.
And it's the first time that we're doing it, so we have to add another blessing. Baruch.
Baruch.
Atah. Adonai.
Adonai.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Eloheinu melech haolam.
Shehecheyanu.
Shehecheyanu.
Vekiyemanu.
Vekiyamanu.
Vehigiyanu. Vehigiyanu. Lazman hazeh.
Lazman hazeh. And whenever we hear the shofar blast, we have to stand up, so stand up. Tekiah. Shivarim teruah. Tekiah. Shivarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah. You know that in the shofar service, there actually are 3 separate times that we call the shofar. The first one that we just had is Malchuyot, which is where we say, wow, God is pretty amazing, right? Melech means sovereign or ruler, and we say, wow, God. The second one is the time where we remember. It's called the Zichronot, the remembrances of all that has happened, where we think about how we want to be remembered as well. And so we will hear the shofar blast from the section of Zichronot now. Tekiah. Shivarim teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shivarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah. And finally, our third section is a section called Shofarot. Wonder where we got that name from. But what the Shofarot section is all about is about responding to the call, because it's one thing to hear the sound of shofar. It's another thing to be stirred by it and to decide that because we listen to this sound that awakens us, that makes us think about what we've done in this past year, how we want to be in this future year, that it actually pushes us to do things in this next year that can make us really proud. That's what this section is all about. Tekiah. Shivarim Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shivarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah Gedolah. And may that shofar blast inspire each of us as the cantor catches his breath. No break for the cantor, huh?
Never break. You got a song about that, Rabbi?
I think we do have a song. Maybe some of the kids in Torah school can help out with
Some of the kids
that.
from Torah school know this song already, so you can sing it out really loud. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast.
You may be
I
seated.
like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year. Tekiah, Tekiah, Shivarim, Teruah, Tekiah Gedolah. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy new. One more time. I like to hear the shofar blast, sometimes slow and sometimes fast. I like to hear the shofar blast. Happy, happy, happy New Year.
There's a lot of happiness going
There's
on in
a
this
lot
room
of
right
happiness
now.
in this room.
Awesome. So we've read Torah. We've told some stories about creation. We've offered our prayer, and we've even heard the shofar's call. And so as we start to wrap up our service, we turn to page 30, and we offer the words of the Aleinu prayer. Now, the Aleinu prayer is a prayer which includes the words, like Donnie said earlier today, of it's on us. Because Aleinu describes a world in which we're at peace with one another and which siblings get along, right, Zoe? And we want to create that kind of a world. So we're going to rise once more for Aleinu, top of page 30.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר ראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
On page 31, we'll remain standing for just a minute more because we're going to offer a prayer remembering people who might have had a really big impact on our lives, but who are no longer with us. because they died either recently or years ago. And so we remember all of them. We remember the lessons that their lives gave us. We remember what it felt like to be with them. And we offer this prayer in their honor. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabba.
Amen.
Ve'amad yivrach hirotei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'b'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael. Ba'gala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei d'kudashah b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush v'chata v'nechamata. Damiram ve'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru amen. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
I hope everyone has a Shana Tova. We will be doing a Tashlik service at Averill Park at 5 o'clock, and I hope that you will join us in doing that.
You're welcome to walk over as a group from here. A lot of times people do that. They walk over to Averill Park, straight down Weymouth over here. And we're right as you enter into the park, just where the railing is, as you enter down into that side of the stream. Also, I just wanted to mention there's a lot of wonderful new faces in our midst. And out in the lobby, we've got this wonderful wooden box with some information cards on it. If you'd like to leave us a way to contact you, then we'd love to get you on our email list so you know all the wonderful things that are happening at Temple Bethel. And we'd love to be able to reach out to you if you'd like to reach out to us in any other way. Leshana tova tikatevu, Leshana tova tikatevu, Vetichatevu, Leshana tova. Shana tova, we'll see you at Averill Park in about 20 minutes. Yisher kochech. That was nice. Lovely.